Hey, Pete, the peptide guy here on the podcast lane. So today I have a special guest and close to my heart, fitness guy. So personal trainer like myself, Jordan Lesser. So Jordan, talk to me about what you're doing right now in the training world.
So I run my own business. It's called Fast Track Athletic Club. I got into it during COVID, but before that, I've been playing sports my whole life. Always been doing something with sports, something in the fitness realm. My dad got me a gym membership when I was 11 years old, so I've always been into fitness, always been wanting to do things in the fitness world. Right now, I run a personal training business. I do it outside of Self-Made. I'm actually the manager there too. So I facilitate other trainers, but kind of just organize the gym at the same time of running my own business. So right now I'm focusing on mindset training, nutrition, all the stuff that you need to know while strength training and kind of just making yourself an overall better person. But that's really what I'm trying to focus on right now.
No, that's fantastic. And I've been lucky enough to interview your dad twice and,
Yeah.
and he's a great guy. So why did you decide to start the business?
I wanted to just help people. That was kind of the main goal. I know what I could do personally, but to reach more people, you kind of have to start your own business and you kind of have to get yourself out there, put yourself in other people's shoes and different perspectives, because a lot of people they need help, but they don't ask for help. Right. And my main goal is to educate, but also give them tools that they can do in their day to day. So most people, I feel like, schedule their days a little differently or more around other people rather than themselves. So if you can schedule your day and your habits a little bit better, then your day is going to be so much easier and you're going to be able to help a lot more people rather than just doing too much for other people. And you can focus on how you're going to be better every single day and show up for everyone else.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, and that's great. I mean, that's definitely much needed. But it sounds like you're doing a little more than just training. It sounds almost like you're putting like a fitness menu together for them.
Yeah, more so of understanding how to be a better version of you, essentially. Right. Because I work with kids, I work with business professionals, I work with athletes, any age, any shape and size, you name it. I'm trying to help them as much as possible because everyone deserves a little bit extra help.
Yeah, no, and I totally appreciate that. And educating people is super, super important, right? Especially in the fitness world, when there's just so much competition and stuff. How do you differentiate yourself from other places?
I think it's the relationship that you build with the person, understanding what they need rather than what you want to provide them. Because they're going to give you a bunch of answers right away. I always ask the basic questions like, how's your sleep? How much water are you drinking? And what's your day-to-day schedule look like? Those things will really just tell me what's going on in your life. And it's going to give me a focus on what I need to do for that specific person. Because everyone's going to be a little bit different. You're not just going to give the same training program to every single person. That could be male, female, someone that's trying to lose weight, someone trying to gain muscle. They're all going to be a little bit different. And I try to focus on catering it to that specific person.
Yeah, no, and that's definitely the way to do it, and that's the smart way to do it. There's too many places out there, you've got the fundamental, do 3 rings around the weight room and then you're out, what I mean? But so having that specificity is really, really important, especially when you're program designing for people, right? Mm-hmm. Because program design for me used to be writing the workout, and now it's different, right? Now it's right.
There's more in depth. It's more in depth than just writing a program out, because you have the best program in the world, but if you're not doing the things outside of it, I tell people it's 20% in the gym and the other 80% is what you do outside the gym. If you think about it, you're working out for 45 minutes. Some people do an hour 30. I think the sweet spot's 45 minutes to an hour, and then just getting your steps in at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If you're doing too much, it's going to overwhelm you, and then you see what everyone else is doing, and then you're going to start to compare rather than just focus on what you need to do for that day.
Yeah. So give me an idea. Tell me a success story that you've had recently that you're like super proud of.
One of my clients, Tessa, she's lost 80 pounds in a year. She totally transformed her whole life. Like, used to be someone she was in a relationship, kind of going outside of a relationship. So she kind of needed to rebuild herself. This whole transformation for her really has brought her confidence up, made her business a lot more successful. I've gotten a lot of clients from her just based off of how she acts. And she also runs her own business. She's a hairstylist, and she's honestly inspired a lot of people in her shoes. I train like 5 or 6 of her family members. Like, it's super cool just to see that, but also kind of just start to build like a sense of community.
Yeah.
And just see how excited she is to come to the gym. Really, it makes my day, and it makes me as a trainer want to keep doing it and help other people.
Yeah, those are some really impactful stories, right? That you actually impacted somebody's life,
Yeah.
and the fact that they take it a step further and say, "Hey, Jordan's my guy, and I'm gonna put my family in your hands and
Yeah.
trust you to do right by them, like you did by me." That's a big responsibility, right? But you put the work in, and that shows your professionalism.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's super kudos. Um, what mistakes do you see in the industry that are happening that differentiate you guys, that you avoid those?
I would say that's a good question, actually. Uh, I think people are too worried about other people, in my opinion. I work in a gym with like 20 other trainers, so everyone's different. Everyone has their own niche. Everyone has their own personality. They have their own type of clients, and each trainer is in their own lane. I think when people try to bounce around and try to do too many different things rather than focus on what you're good at, I think that's when people kind of lose who they actually are as a trainer, and they try to do too much. In a sense, if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense, and you're absolutely right. It's I had the same experience as well, managing other trainers,
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, and it was everyone does have their own niche, and if you concentrated on that, those are really the successful
Yep,
trainers, not business wise only, but their clients were successful,
for
right?
sure.
So I mean that's really what shows a good trainer is, are you successful with your clients?
Yeah, retention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And who they're referring back to you, right?
Yep.
So, what's one thing people think they need to go to get into shape that's actually holding them back?
I would say too much cardio. I think a lot of people are doing too much cardio or Pilates in a way where they're doing too much of one thing.
Mm-hmm.
They need to mix it up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So going to doing strength training at least 3 times a week, bare minimum. That's really what's going to help you live longer, and it's going to make you a little bit stronger in the gym and also outside in just regular day life.
Mm-hmm.
If you do one thing for so long, you're eventually going to plateau. So I see these people that do Orange Theory, F45. Those places are great for people that are in shape and want to go in for a quick class, quick workout. But if you're someone that's trying to lose weight, someone that's brand new, I would try to find someone that's more specific on what you're actually trying to do rather than trying to fit in with a bunch of other people that have been doing it for so long.
Right. Yeah. No. And again, great advice. You're checking off all the boxes to me. And have being in it a little longer than you have.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of my failures at the time that I thought were failures were actually my opportunities to grow.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the evolution of fitness and personal training is very different now than it was when I did it. Started 30 years ago, over 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And to see, somebody with your background, talk about your competitive sports. What'd you play?
I played soccer, I played baseball, I played golf, I played basketball. Any sport, I
Right.
probably played it at least
All right.
a couple times. In high school, I played soccer. I was the team captain for a couple seasons. I got offers to play in college, but I responded too late and they filled my position. So then I went to ASU and decided to have just a fun college career.
Okay.
But I've always been in sports. I love sports.
Yeah.
It's one of my passions. Like I can go watch sports 24/7 if I
Yeah.
need to.
I'm speaking my language. So
Yeah.
definitely for sure. Having the eclectic background in sports and doing different things, has that helped you in your personal training career?
For sure. I think it's understanding basic body mechanics. Most people that don't play sports, they don't really know how to move and utilize their body properly. I notice it with one of my older clients. She can't really be coordinated in certain situations, and I can't really teach that. So I kind of have to understand and put myself in their situation. That way I can kind of move them correctly and how their body should move, and understanding it's different to explain it to someone that doesn't know what I'm talking about. So I kind of have to break it down, basically just dumb it down for them, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. And that's the way to really get it across the right way. Right. And I'm sure you're very much like myself. I never gave an exercise to somebody. I never did.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
I preach that all the time.
Yeah.
If I haven't done it, I'm not going to give it to you.
Yeah.
If I see it online, I usually try it myself. That way I can there's those viral exercises that you kind of want to try and want to give it to your client, but if it's not going to work for them, why would you give it to them?
Yeah.
That's how I am. And I'm big on the basics. If you can't do the basics, you shouldn't do anything outside of that.
Yeah. So, Jordan, I mean, it sounds like you put something together that is fun. It's passionate. You really got your head on straight. You're well versed. If I ever needed a trainer, I know I'd hire you.
Oh, thank you.
Just off of
Appreciate
this 10-minute conversation. How do people get in contact with you to join your crew?
So just DM me on Instagram, usually is what I tell people.
Okay.
It's at the Jordan Lester on Instagram. So usually I just promote as much as I can. I trying to get more on social media, trying to do everything that you need to be doing to promote yourself. But that's the best option, or going to Self-Made, our training facility off, I think it's Frank Lloyd Wright and 100th.
Okay.
Up in North Scottsdale.
All right. Well, hey, listen, man, best of luck. And I'll be looking forward to bringing you on board as a trainer one day.
Perfect. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.